Hello Aquarius. So it's been a while because we had the Aquarius beautiful new moon, and this is going to be your February 2020 reading, but I want to talk about your new moon Aquarius, and I feel it really energized Aquarius, which happened earlier on, and it gave you such an energy, and it was especially with like how you were feeling in the love energy, in the work career energy. There was a positive energy that was touching on your love and work, and you just had this what we call a vibrant energy that was transmuting all negativity around you, just going away. And just a real beautiful energy that was in your love life, in your when it comes to love and people around you, love people around you, as we had the Aquarius new moon, and also with your finances and career and all of that. It was just feeling right, like things were coming. Then on the 8th of Feb, we had Venus move into your third house. And Venus in your third house is again very positive. Venus is about love, relationships. It's also about our finances and networking, information, gaining information with our career as to what we want to do with our money, and where we want to be, what position we want to be in. Making those positive, beautiful shifts around the 8th of February. And really, and that's how the first part of February goes for you. It's really, really beautiful. It's really a good, vibrant energy. It's really, feeling a buzz. And then as we move to the 9th of February again, we have the full moon in Leo. And this is going to be shining light on your house of relationships. So if you're the Aquarius, which is in alignment, and you're having all this vibrant energy, excellent, because it's going to help you with these transitions really well. And if you fall on the other side where you a bit are on the struggle, it's a lot to do with your relationships. It's the relationships. You must know, when we're feeling, my relationships, everything's working, we are more open to receiving, and a lot of abundance flows to us. We're in like the perfect kind of blend of giving and receiving. But when we kind of out of alignment, then it's like, a little bit more of a block. So there is a lot of positive energy that was generated with the new moon, and that has to be said. A lot of your manifestations were manifesting. And then we come to 9th, 8th of February, we have the Leo full moon, your 7th house, and it's now shining light on the areas of your relationship that aren't working. And or relationships with people you love, care about. It's that's that Leo energy. It wants you to see where there's lacking any joy or happiness and how to change it. And oftentimes I find when it comes to Aquarius, you'll get stuck on the looping and thinking the same thought. Like if something's not working, it's like a puzzle that's stuck in your heads. Now it's not working. Instead of just expressing it's not working and okay, and accepting it and trying to move either away from it or do something new, or distract your own mind from going on and on and on and driving yourself mentally crazy. You are the zodiac of fixed air, so you stuck mentally on certain things when it don't work. Instead of like accepting, okay, this thing don't work, steps moving forward. Acceptance is key, and stating what you need to state. And this really affects your heart chakra. So during this Leo full moon in your relationships, you're going to have to see. Remember, the full moon shows us everything that's hidden. So hidden where? In your relationships. And Leo's all about the sun, not feeling any joy, happiness. What is it that you really want to see in your relationships? Because you got to state it. You got to do it. You got to be a part of it. A relationship is a two-way street. Two ways. And oftentimes Aquarius fall either on doing too much, right? Where they feel like they're doing, and the other person's doing absolutely nothing, and they just feel like, oh. Or they're on the other end of the spectrum where they don't do anything and they don't say anything, but then they feel isolated because they want to reach out, but they don't. Because that zodiac of, being different in a group. It's like kind of like wanting to be in a relationship, but wanting to still be free in all your relationships. And this is what I'm talking about: family relationships, love relationships, work relationships, a relationship. The 7th house just rules relationships and our connection to our heart and how we feel within all our relationships. So it's like you're stuck between overdoing or sometimes just not saying anything at all, and then wondering why the message isn't, like, what is it? Is this person not, like, why they're not checking on me? What did you say? Did you say anything? And that's very big, because come Mercury retrograde, which is on the 17th to 10th of March, Mercury retrograde will be retrograding in your 2nd house of basically finances. And also with the 2nd house, it's also, like, I feel personally, the 2nd house is about finances, but also self-worth. And self-worth comes from our relationships and the people that we have around us. So having to deal with people of the past coming back in, how do they make us feel? Do they make us feel devalued? All of that. Situations of the past coming back in with current people that we are in relationships with, family, friends, all of that. That 2nd house energy, our value, like our worth within our relationships. You must know, sometimes when we feel devalued in our relationships, or not even sometimes, when we feel devalued in our relationships, it affects us financially, because we don't have self-worth. The self-worth is low, so our finances look low to us. So Mercury retrograde is going to be working that area. But the positive part about this Mercury retrograde for you when it comes to your work situation, if you've been working on something before the retrograde, a different career, a different project, a different move within a company, all of that, it can actually be very good of you completing it during the cycle of this Mercury retrograde, because you're completing the cycle. You put in the plans around the new moon, and now you're actually completing what you need to do. So it's a positive thing. That's what it means. If you're having any snags, delays, embrace it. That's the Mercury retrograde process. Don't overthink about and stand in your own way and block yourself now and block every single chakra, because your mind is like so bogged down. So you start creating blocks within your energy and things don't flow to you. You must remember right now, Aquarius, you are dealing with what we call alchemy and the flow of energy through manifestation of how you're feeling and how your energy is flowing through you. You must know that Saturn is going to be in your zodiac this year of Aquarius. It's going to happen, right? You're going to get a bit of taste of Saturn being there, and then towards the end of the year, Saturn's going to move into Aquarius. It's going to show you already all the things that you've been doing to hold yourself back. All the things that you put in front of your own way. A lot of it sometimes is the communication aspect and kind of overdoing. We're not saying what's really wrong, and kind of just helping out to the point where, you're bending over backwards, and then you feel like, oh my gosh, no one supports me, no one is there, or you just don't say anything at all and no one reaches out to you. And then you feel neglected in the same essence. So you're working that balance, finding that balance of expression of self, where you don't feel those things, and Saturn's going to come in and do that for you a little bit in this year, and then again at the end of this year for another 2 years. So you're going through a big change. That's why it's so electric with this new moon that just happened. You kind of have this vibe that's, a big vibe that's like really coming through all of your energy centers and working with you to show you how are you actually holding yourself back when in terms of manifestation in your relationships. The Leo full moon actually showing you parts of the relationship that's hidden, wants, desires, what really brings you joy, what really brings your partner joy. Are those things being expressed? What hidden stuff do you need to see? And not only just partnership as in love, but family, all of that energy. And then the Mercury retrograde can actually be good, because anything or projects you can complete during the Mercury retrograde, you can complete it during this Mercury retrograde. So it can offer you that blessing. The relationship part of it, there's a snag there with your relating to others. And that's what it's going to be working with you, this Mercury retrograde. Instead of trying to, like I said, fixating and going, like, driving yourself and your mind only on that specific thing, try and work through the energy, work with the energy, see what you're being shown, speak, and help it be like assisted in moving through you. That's the best advice I can give you about Mercury retrograde. So watch for those things. Watch for the shifts in your career, because that's happening. And finances, it's like supposed to be everything you've been working on in the past actually coming around. So let that come around to you. The relationship part of it, try and keep yourself in alignment. Keep that heart chakra open, because once that heart chakra of yours closes, you're going to feel your opportunities closing. So keep it open. That's the best thing you can do. It's in your second house. So then we also have Mars, which is going to be in your 12th house. So with Mars in your 12th house, you're getting a deep understanding. 12th house energy is all about mysticism, spiritual awakening, deeper going into your spiritual understanding, deeply going into your how are you and your energy responsible for what is happening and occurring within your life. How can you open yourself up more? What spiritual tools can you use? Crystals, astrology, tarot cards, oracle cards, readings, reading the energy, trusting the vibrations, trusting your feelings, trusting your gut feelings, learning courses, going deeper into the spiritual aspect in order to understand the physical. That's what this whole month is about, going deep into the spiritual in order to understand the physical. Because you, Aquarius, are a very powerful, energetic being. And right now, you are going to be going through a transit, a big one that's going to happen with the Saturn Aquarius this year, and then at the end of the year as well. So it's asking all of this from you. Then on the 23rd, 24th of February, we have the new moon in your third house, and that's also, second house, not your third, your second house. And it's also working through your relationships and your prosperity and what you want to manifest. I ask you to work more within your energetic flow and bringing yourself into alignment to assist you through this transition, to help it be smooth and effortless for you. So you can contact me for any readings, balances. Also, I will be doing courses as well. So anything to help assist you. Sending you lots of love. February is going to be beautiful. Don't let whatever is meant to fall, let it. Don't, stand there, fixate on it. Let it fall. It's meant to. The universe is working in your favor. Lots of love.